Welcome. Welcome to the lost episode. We are going to pretend that this episode should have posted last week, but that it was pulled for being too controversial. The powers that be did not want you to hear anything that I am about to say. But that doesn't make any sense. How could I start the beginning of the episode? How could I say at the beginning that this never posted? That we've gone a week without an episode of Still Sober with John Rabin. If, by the way, if you're a sober person, hope you're staying sober. If you're not a sober person, hope you're staying sane. How could I know in advance that this would not be posted unless I intentionally didn't post this? But that's not what it is. I'm recording this later. I didn't get to record an episode last week. And let me tell you why. Because I typically record on Tuesday nights and then I post it. And then it posts online out into the ether at like 4 in the morning on a Wednesday. Why 4 in the morning? Why the fuck not? It's what I've been doing. It's what I've been doing the whole time for years and years. So I just continue to do that because it's all about consistency. However, this thing happened at work where I made probably my biggest mistake, which is I didn't put on 100 dinner plates and 100 salad plates onto the van that was getting shipped. We're in, we're renting our tableware stuff during the summer where it's slow and because nobody really gets married in 100-degree temperature in August. So it's real slow. Event season's real slow in Austin in the summer. So we send a bunch of stuff to Idaho Falls to cover Idaho and Wyoming, specifically Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That's where the rich white people go when it gets too hot. They go up and go up there. So that's where the parties and weddings and stuff happen up there. Um, well, my dude who's up there drove the van down, sort of a halfway point of the summer, to drop some stuff off, pick some stuff up for that we needed up there for events for in August and September. So he's just going to come down and we put everything on there, except that I missed the checklist and I made a mistake 3 times. 3 times I made a mistake and missed 200 plates. And we looked at trying to ship them up there. And yeah, no, plates are heavy. There is the cheapest way to get stuff up there is to physically drive it. And so we tried to, as a company, tried to get somebody to go up there. And it turns out that that somebody was me. Because number one, I'm on salary. So they didn't have to, so I wouldn't get paid extra. I'm already getting paid. Number two, it was my mistake. Number three, it's slow for me, and I had some days that I could do this. And number four, I was the most qualified to do it. So it just sucked because my response to that, those were the reasons I should do it. And the reason that I shouldn't do it, my response was because I don't wanna. And apparently, in the adult world, when talking to your bosses, I don't wanna is not a strong enough argument to not do something. But it was fine because I wasn't going to drive to Idaho. But my guy that's up there, was going to meet me at about halfway. It's not halfway. It's like about 2/3 the way. Yeah, about 2/3 the way. In Colorado Springs. We met in Colorado Springs. So that was the thing, is that I went to bed early on Tuesday night because we got up at like 6 a.m. or we left at 6. I don't even remember. But we left really early in the morning here in Austin on Wednesday morning, and I drove 13 and a half hours to Colorado Springs. We did the exchange. We stayed in a hotel. Yeah, my wife came with me. We ate at Outback Steakhouse because that's what was next door. I had a bloomin' chicken. You're like, what? You mean bloomin' onion? No, bloomin' chicken, which is fried chicken, but with the batter from bloomin' onion. And it was fantastic. I never thought I'd be like, I highly recommend the Outback Steakhouse. It's not just for white trash. It is, but you need to embrace that part of you that will overpay for crap. Um, my company paid for it. So it's like, all right, So that was the thing, is that I basically got paid to have a little mini road trip with my wife. So we got to tour all the loves and tootin' totems from here to Colorado Springs. And it's not the prettiest road trip. The end is. The last 2 hours are great because that's Colorado. Or when you're coming back, the first 2 hours. It's like there's it's like super north New Mexico and Colorado is very pretty, and that's the way to go. What's crazy is that when you drive from Austin to Colorado Springs, it's 13 and a half hours, and 10 of those hours are all in Texas. If you're not from Texas, if you've never been to Texas, that you may not understand this, but you can drive for 10 straight hours and still be in the state. You can actually drive all for most of the day and never leave the state if you're going west to east, east to west. You're driving from like El Paso to goddamn Houston or whatever. You can just drive forever, or you do what I did, which is you drive from Austin. You're going up northwest. You're not taking the highway. You're going kind of through. It's like, all right, let's go through Lampass ass. Let's take the loop around Lubbock because there's no reason to go into Lubbock. I was like, what if your kids go to Texas Tech? Fuck Texas Tech. You know what? Fine. Like Texas Tech, but Lubbock sucks. It's just dust that blows around. There's Texas Tech should move to like Abilene. There's no reason to stay there. Do you like Buddy Holly that much? Is that why you hang around? You like rockabilly festivals? There's no reason to hang out in Lubbock. There's no reason. But you get past there, and then you're still driving into Panhandle, and you're like, what is this? There is a town called Plainview. It is one of the largest ghost towns you've ever seen. There's 21,000 people there, and I didn't see any of them. I drove through it in the middle of the day. There's just no one on the street. I'm like, where are anyone? Did the rapture just hit Plainview? Just beaten down, broken buildings everywhere. It's scary. It's a scary, sad place. There's a lot of Texas that is just, you're just driving through it, just going, Jesus. It's just, there's a lot of very rural and not pretty. It's just flat and sandy. Just dust, just dirt everywhere. But I will say this. I'll say this about Lubbock. When we were driving back, we actually had to stop in Lubbock because we needed to get some food. And we got hit by a storm. And a storm in like flatlands, like there, it's really scary and awesome. It's visually stimulating. It's exhilarating. Just seeing, it's just lightning, and just you can see the rain. You can see it off in the distance. Oh, there it is. Oh, here it comes. It's just you see it coming because everything's so flat and gross, and then the rain just boom, and you're like, yes, destroy this place. Let me get out of it first. Hang on. Let me get through. All right, slow down. All right, don't wash me away. Just let me get through. Okay, now you can. All right, just take it out. Just flood it out, please. But and the thing is that I'm from Southwest Texas. My dad's family grew up in Fort Stockton. He's from West Texas. I get West Texas. It's desert. But it's dry. But yeah, you head up to like the Panhandle, and it's like, what's going on with you guys? What is this? Why did we take this from Oklahoma? Maybe we should, we just wanted it for the shape. We just wanted the shape kind of cool. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But that was the thing. We just kept driving, and I was slowly going mad because it's 10 hours on the road and you're still in Texas. And it's like, am I ever going to get out of Texas? And I felt it, and I finally, we saw the sign, and it's like, oh, because I was headed north. I was northwest, but it was like northwest. So you're just going right up the Panhandle, and then yoink into New Mexico, and probably only spent about an hour ish, maybe like 70 minutes in New Mexico. But let me tell you, you hit the line, it's like, welcome to New Mexico. Like immediate drop off in quality for their roads. So basically it was like, it's like the Panhandle, only poorer with worse roads. And then all of a sudden the signal cut out on my phone, so I couldn't even stream my music. And I was streaming Sirius XM, and I couldn't even do that. So I was like, all right. And I had forgotten to download anything. So I'm like, all right, well, what about the radio? Well, the radio, I got, NPR and then NPR. Like two different stations having NPR. That was it. And I didn't feel like it. So it's like we'd been in New Mexico 5 minutes, and all I could do was think, when are we going to get out of New Mexico? Like that was exactly how. And the thing, what sucks is that I worked at a summer camp in Glorieta, New Mexico in 1992. I went to the summer camp for a few years all through high school. Then my senior year, like my parents were both counselors for the church that were on this trip that we went on. So my senior year, while we're there, They get me a job there and they just leave me. Like they left the summer camp. Now I'm working there for the rest of the summer. They go home and mail me more clothes. So, so I worked. So I worked there the summer of '92, the summer of '93, and then the summer of '95. I've worked there 3 years, and I was like, I've always had the opinion of New Mexico that it was awesome, that I loved New Mexico. But the reason that I liked it was because I was working at Glorieta, New Mexico, which was what 17, it's like 17 minutes from Santa Fe in the 90s. Santa Fe in the 90s was the shit, man. That place was awesome. And the weather was great up there, like in the mountains. Like Glorieta, New Mexico is like in the mountains. So I had a distorted view of New Mexico. It was green and nice, and not at all what New Mexico looks like when you watch Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is a more accurate description of most of New Mexico. But then you get into Colorado. And Colorado is pretty. It's nice. Colorado is nice. And it's populated with people who are either homeless or rich. And they all look the same. You don't know which direction they're going. It's like, I don't know. But it's nice. Really makes you consider moving there. Maybe. You'd have to get a job there, but other than that, you know, considering it. I don't know. I kind of like to breathe, though. I kind of like breathing. That's to be able to breathe and not have my ears pop the entire time. Oh, that's just me, though. Maybe I'm just being particular. Anyway, that's what happened. And I hope. Also, I had to drive the company. I drove a company vehicle, which is a Dodge Ram 1500. It's a big truck. You're high up, and absolutely abysmal gas mileage. But after driving it, I get it. I get why people with self esteem issues drive big trucks. I get it. I get why people trying to overcompensate for other things drive big trucks because it makes you feel like the shit, man. It's I get it. Absolutely. You can get a big truck and afford it comfortably and you can drive it and go because it just goes, man. I'm just like lightly accelerating and I look down, I'm going 80 in a 55. I'm like maybe might want to slow down a bit. But it was excellent. That's it. This is why it's not even a real episode. This is just this is what happened. But anyway, that's this episode. Join me in the next episode, which I will also be posting today. So there. That was this. Stillsoberpod at gmail.com for any questions or comments that are positive to neutral. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Later.